Alrighty guys, what is up? Welcome back to Path of Exile Heist with LD7, and today we are going to be continuing on with Act 4. We're going to go ahead and start out with Kaom's Dream and try to take down Kaom, and depending on time we might also try to get Daresso as well. So not a big deal. We'll kind of see how it plays out, all things considered. But we should notice that our zombies are doing a little bit better for us, because they do have the increased, or their sockets are better, right? So we've got better support gems for them. So hopefully that will help make a difference. Before we came up here, I did go ahead and re-raise all my zombies, because since we moved where the gems were linked, we lost all the ones that we had summoned previously. So no worries. As far as this goes, if you have items that give you fire resistance, that is the king for this part of the map. Just because everything is fiery up in here. It's a volcano, essentially. When you get to the end game and start running maps, you'll get volcano maps that looks exactly like Kaom's this area. So bear that in mind. Not a big deal. Just thought I'd mention it. Anyway, so we are just running through. Not a problem. We should actually do fairly well here. I mean, I'd still would like to get our chaos resistance, if at all possible, completed, but we are prioritizing the strength skills to begin with, just because I think that's going to be better for us, so we can get our stone golems up, so we get the life regen. Then we can focus on getting chaos damage. So with this skill point, I'm going to go ahead and put it back into retribution. That gives us strength and intelligence, so it's a good skill for that. And then it also, I didn't actually read what the buff is, but it's a good one to grab. We need to grab it eventually anyway, so might as well do it now while we need strength, because it gives us 10 strength. So yeah, anyway. Here we go. So we've got our gem ready to level. Cool. I would like to get a better Spectre than what I have, because it's basically like a zombie, I think, is what I ended up grabbing just because it was the closest guy. But it'd be better to have something like one of those dudes. Might be kind of nice if we can pull it off, which not sure if you can actually summon those or not, but whatever. They do get kind of annoying though, just because they can shoot lava across the map, and our fire resistance isn't all that good, relatively speaking, you know. Anyway, so there's a lot of totems in this area, so just be wary of those. They will wreck your shit if you're not careful. But anyway, so we're gonna go for this strongbox. It's got a bunch of shit. Okay, cool. So we got some currency out of it, and I think I actually reset my loot filter because I was grinding for a minute. So let me go back in. Yeah, it's set to my strict one. I still want it a little bit lower than that, just because we are still looking for just items with the gems, not necessarily rares. Which is what my sellables filter is set for, is basically just give me rares and currency. So this might help us a little bit as far as getting the right links. Hopefully, anyway. I mean, that's what I would like, because we do need to try to get all of our sockets set up the right way on our gear. That way we can, you know, start completing the build. Obviously, we can't equip all the gems quite yet, but if you have the gear that has the right sockets, at least you can put the gems in once you get the levels, right? So here's Kaom's Stronghold. I think this is where you fight Kaom, if I'm not mistaken. So there is a waypoint. Cool. You can get that. And then there's some more dudes. No biggie. We might take one of those purple guys as our Spectre. That might actually be kind of good, so let's do that. Unfortunately, if you Spectre like a rare enemy or whatever, it doesn't actually make them stronger. It's just, it turns it into a regular monster type, so there's no benefit really in summoning or spectering stronger enemies, unless they just are a good enemy, you think, as far as having your Spectre be set to that is concerned. Anyway, it's either this way or it's the other way, so we'll try this way first. See what happens. Looks like we might be going the right way. Haven't hit a dead end yet. Yep, there's the stairs. Cool. So, I mean, we're doing okay. Like, we are definitely squishy now. You definitely will notice that you are squishy at this point. Especially if you don't have all your resistances. Like, if we had our resistances capped, we wouldn't be quite so squishy. But we don't. And in addition, we don't have our stone golem yet. So the stone golem is what gives us our life sustain. I believe for each one you have on the map, it's like 33 life regen per second or something like that on the level 1 gem. So as you level that up, you're going to become even more powerful. Like, you'll regenerate more life. Basically, is how that works. So it's good to try to get that gem socketed and get your golems up as soon as possible, because they are one of those minions that's really important to this build as far as, you know, like completing the end game is concerned. So there we go. Take that guy out. Not a big deal. Go up here. So Caldera of the King. Alright, so this is going to be where we fight Kaom, I'm guessing. Yeah, watch out for the random lava that gets spawned. He also does these smashes and slams and shit like that, so most of that stuff will probably kill you instantly, so just bear that in mind. You don't want to get hit by stuff if you can avoid it. So make sure your Flame Dash always has a charge so you can escape. And having Frostblink does help too, because it jumps you around the map. But anyway, so there we go. That was Kaom defeated. Pretty easy, all things considered. We're going to just portal scroll back so we can take the waypoint from town back into the Crystal Veins so we can go do the other boss. While we're here, we're just going to sell the stuff we've gathered. So we've got a little bit more space. I guess we can identify this jewel. So that's not very good for us, realistically. So there we go. Eye of Fury is a quest item, so you've got to hold on to that. Not a big deal, though. We should be fine. So let's go ahead and put him up there. I guess I should just sell this amulet since we're not going to use it. It's not a big deal. If you go in, so we've done the quest to where we can buy gems from them. So if you happen to sell your Summon Stone Golem, you can buy it from Patrius and Vanja, or whatever their names are, or however you're supposed to pronounce their names. No worries. So let's go back into the Crystal Veins. And next on the list, we're going to talk to Diablo. I think she takes the item from us, yeah. So then we go to Daresso's Dream. And basically we are going to be looking to kill Daresso at this point. So this guy is kind of annoying because he is like, you know, spawning flames. But no worries, we got him. We could take this Lordy plate. I mean, that is actually pretty good, a 5-link socket. So we're going to take that because we might be able to change that over to all blues. We will just have to see kind of what happens here. We did get another skill point, so I think we only need maybe one more in order to get the strength requirement to socket our Summon Stone Golem, if my math is right, or if I'm remembering right. So hopefully that's the case. That'd be nice. Alright, there we go. I actually really like this map, personally, because you go into these like arenas and they trap you in. It's kind of fun. Sure. I don't want that Scroll of Wisdom. We're just going to leave it. That and most of the monsters in this part are physical damage based, so the like physical damage monsters when they are ranged. So like if they're not an archer, are really easy for us to kill just because we can do damage at a distance. Before we go in there, we're going to take a passive. So it's down this way. So we got a strength there. So next we're going to take this strength. Do we have... We do... I think we got the strength requirement. Hell yeah, we do. All right. So we got to decide how we want to link this. So it probably is decent off of the helmet. Like, it's kind of my guess. I'm just looking to see... Yeah, let's just put it in the helmet for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that to T. And then I'm going to set R to our Spectre. And then this can be whatever that is, because we don't use it anyway. So hit T, summon your stone golem now that we've got him. I think we can only use one right now because of the gem level, and we don't have the passive that increases the number of summons we can have at a time. So that's alright, not a big deal. We're just going to clean up all these dudes. But now that we've got this golem on the map, that is really going to help us with our sustainability, because our life will regenerate over time now, whereas before it was not. Or if it was, it wasn't to the same degree. So that is good. I am happy about that. Ultimately, we're going to want to get... I want to say for the golem, you're supposed to have 2 blues and 2 reds for the correct socketing pattern or whatever the fuck. But it doesn't matter. Like, it does good enough. Like, if you socket it in with a bunch of minion support gems, it will make that golem really, really strong. Ultimately, though, if I'm remembering right, it is 2 reds and 2 blues, because you put 2 minion support gems in the blues, and then there's Animate Guardian, I think, is the other red that you take that goes in with it. So that'll be good once we get that. I don't think we have the level to get Animate Guardian quite yet, so that'll be later. So for the time being, it's good where it's at. Just like with all the other minion gems, as it gains levels, the minion becomes stronger. So we almost have it to level 2 is what it looks like. So we'll probably get that pretty quick here, I'm hoping. The other thing to bear in mind, since we are low on strength relative to what this gem requires, we may not be able to level it up very far. So we got it to level 2. I'd be shocked if we were able to get it past level 3, just because we don't have a lot of strength quite yet on this build. And realistically, what I want to do is start working up towards that chaos support, because in all honesty, we need the chaos resistance, just because we aren't getting it from anywhere else. So if we encounter an enemy with chaos damage, we end up getting destroyed. We can raise another Spectre, it looks like, so I want to raise this dude, I guess. So we'll raise him, sure. Have a giant statue spear thrower come fight for us. Awesome. There we go. Go back into the arena. There will be a bunch of dudes. Ooh. So, as you can see, like, we are clearing pretty damn good, all things considered. Even though we don't have all of the, you know, like, support gems and sockets and all that stuff that we need to fully implement the build the way it's supposed to be done. So, like, this is why this character is a viable League start character, is because even if you don't have all the equipment or all the skill gem sockets and all that stuff, like, you still can make it through the map pretty easily. Whereas with some characters or some builds, you like have to follow the guide 100%, otherwise you just get destroyed. So I'm okay with what we've got here. We basically just gotta get over to the passageway. You can skip a lot of these fights, like, you don't actually have to do it unless you want to get the XP or something, but I'm not too worried about it, on all things considered. Like, we've got this stone golem, so obviously any XP we pick up is going to be useful for us, because we're not fully leveled quite yet. But with that being said, I'd rather get through and keep on pushing through the maps, because then you will get access to better stuff. Better gear, better XP, better grindability, all those good things. So that's how I play. If you play different, that's totally fine. But yeah, this guide is going to be focused on kind of how I play the character. So if you want to stay back and fully clear out the map and all that stuff, go for it. It just means it's going to take you a little bit longer. So here is Daresso. So this is a dude we got to kill. So he isn't, honestly, he's not really killing our dudes all that well, which is good. Makes me happy. Granted, we're not DPSing him quite as hard as we have on some of the other bosses, but it's alright. Once we throw on that, it'll help. There we go. Took him out, so we'll take the Eye of Desiree. Cool. And we are going to portal scroll back to Highgate so we can take the waypoint back to the Crystal Veins. So that's 2 of the mini-bosses done for this area. What I want to do is see if we can get some cheeky luck on this and some rerolls. So I've got a fair amount of chromatic orbs just because I don't use them. What a chromatic orb does is it will recolor the sockets on an item. So I've got 100 of them. So let's just take a stack of 20 and see if we can get lucky. So all red. We probably won't get lucky. We're just going to do this whole stack, and if we don't get it, we're just going to sell it. But sometimes you'll get really lucky and get like all blues or something like that. So like 3 blues, a green, and a red. That's actually not bad. It's not as good as the armor we're wearing though, so we're not going to swap obviously, but that's fine. So we spent 20 orbs, didn't get us what we wanted, so no worries, no harm, no foul. I am going to upgrade our mana flask though. First we're going to do this. 22. Yeah, that's way better than what we've got currently, so let's go sell our items out just so we get... So 28 fire resistance. Not worth it. Not worth it. We'll just keep running with the gear we've got for the most part. Not a big deal. So let's go turn in that Eye of... whatchamacallit? And that will open up the portal that takes you into the big boss. So what we're going to do, just for the sake of time, like... I probably could get to the boss shortly after 20 minutes, but I don't think I can get to the boss and defeat him in under, 5 minutes. So we're gonna call the episode here for today. We've basically completed all of Act 4. All we got left is to go through the belly of the beast, which is a multi-level thing. So we'll cover all that next time. Meaning we'll finish Act 4 and fight the boss next time. If you enjoyed the episode today, be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always, and until next time, this has been LD7, and we will see ya.